Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, all of that juicy goodness. We are here for a reading. I have my spell casting deck that we're going to start off with. That's what it looks like. And we're going to see what first message we need to hear today. Energy is so good today. I don't know if you guys are feeling it. Henry's feeling it. All right. First message, happiness. Yes. Look how beautiful this card is. All the color kind of matches my shirt. A little bit of that pink and the fuchsia in there. I just heard, where does your happiness lie? Where are you looking for security in your life? Where are you looking for joy? And Spirit is saying you create your own joy. Everywhere you go, the way you see your reality is the creation. Okay, so you can shift your perspective in any moment. One of my favorite spiritual teachers is Wayne Dyer, and he talks about that. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So if you change the way you're seeing a situation, and that's what I think one of my greatest gifts is, Spirit gives me such a different way to articulate certain situations to a client to help them see another side of it. And then it literally blows their mind and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it that way. So Spirit has great ways to help us shift. We just have to be open to hearing the message, but our happiness is coming. Your happiness is here. You know, it can show up in any moment by you seeing things differently. And once you generate that momentum of like, good things are happening to me, everything will work out for me, I don't need to sit in a mental prison and stress about all of this, that's when the door gets unlocked. Okay, we're going to take this top one, closure. Okay, somebody's walking through an ending. I just heard 1010. A cycle is completing from my Micah magic deck. We have happiness and closure. You finally completed your training, I just heard. Whatever you've been going through that felt like a spiritual workout, you're done. Your happiness is now on the other side of it. And we had to go through the training because if you think about it, and the way my guides speak to me, they just gave me like literally a 20-minute long presentation in 2 seconds of that situation of your soul just went through upheaval and challenges and grief and loss and financial loss and all these different things, all of this fear coming up and bubbling up in your system. But you needed to purge the fear before you could enter this new realm, this new timeline. Because when you're on the timeline with all the things that bring you joy, you're not going to fear losing it. You already purged all the fear. Now you can actually have good things and you're not going to sabotage it. You actually can be in it and rest in it and be like, now I understand why I had to go through all of that training. Okay. Okay. Archangel Michael deck, the Sword of Light, it's called. The Sword of Light. Archangel Michael, what do we need to hear today? I'm looking outside in this beautiful sunroom and there's leaves all over the ground. It's a rainy day. My hair's all frizzy. The Eternal Light of Love, number 25. It's got a whole cycle of all the signs, astrological signs. It's like a god and then an angel. It's a beautiful, look at the intricacy of this card, the layers, the inception of it. It's like we're creating this heaven on earth and God has given us this place to be. And all of these tools, I just heard we have all of the tools that we need, all of the astrology, the human design, the gene keys, all the ways to further ourselves on this journey. And if you don't know what they are, you should look up your human design on the internet, look up your gene keys profile. You just need your birth time, your birthday, and your birth city. And you'll get to learn more about what you actually came here to do. How are you assisting our world in this new evolution, this new chapter, this heaven on earth that we're creating? It's called the Great Awakening. It's been happening since 2012. Okay, we're going to do spirit animal wisdom. Let's see what the animals have for us today. You know, back before we had social media, people got signs from nature. You know, a feather was blown by the wind, you know, and now we're utilizing, and of course they were just saying in spirit animals too, you know, out in nature it was feathers, it was spirit animals, but now that we have social media, we like our guides and angels literally will use our electronics to talk to us. We have the back card. Listen up. You are working through deep soul patterns. Release any outdated beliefs that surface. And when I see a bat, I always think about what's the nature of a bat. Oh, they're great at night, right? They are nocturnal. They can see through the dark. They can see through the darkness of our lives. And it's saying you have this eternal light within you. See through the dark. Listen, the dark, deep shadow that you're moving through, these deep patterns, they're taking you to that happiness. You're closing up that karma, and the karma that you've experienced was planned for you. You were meant to experience it in this lifetime. So if you had a karmic debt with, money, maybe you needed to file for bankruptcy. Maybe you needed to get a divorce if you had some sort of karmic tie with this person who had power over you in a past life. Maybe this is the lifetime where you finally cut the cord and you take your power back. Maybe you have a karmic debt with abuse, with sexual abuse, with physical abuse. Every soul that has an experience of a painful suffering moment, it's usually karma. They're closing up karma from a past life. And now we have Kim Kranz's Wild Unknown Animal deck. So embrace the challenges because you're cleaning it up from a past life. The crow, you have spiritual gifts. That ball, that colorful rainbowish ball that the crow is holding are your gifts. Your clairsentience, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your claircognizance. It's all coming online. And when you see crows, they are reminding you to use your gifts for good. If you're just sitting on your gifts and you're not like honing them or tapping into them or sharing them with the world, this is your call to action. You move through these deep soul patterns and you move through these karmic ties because now you're meant to teach it. Now you're meant to share it with other people. Now you're meant to see, oh, wow, I found forgiveness for my abuser. So I'm now going to help other people set themselves free from their abuse that they experienced. Okay, we're going to use the butterfly deck, which has loving, healing messages. This is what it looks like. Serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday or a past life. I just added that. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. So we have two happiness cards, serenity and happiness. You are moving into a time where you can have heaven on earth in your body, in your own consciousness. You are that light. You're the eternal light. And Spirit is saying your gift is your ability to see your own light, to see other people's light, and to not judge their human for what they've done to you, to drop the judgment, drop the criticism. You're going to forgive. Everybody has their own karma to play out. So if somebody's done something to you, that's a karmic debt. They're playing it out in some way. As much as we have experienced suffering, the people that do it to us, guess what? They're going to wake up one day and they're going to realize what they did. And they have to kind of forgive themselves for doing what they didn't even know that they were doing. So if you've done something to hurt somebody in the past, take off the costume and realize you did it because you were unaware at the time. You were not aware. You were not awake to that pattern. And now that you're awake and you took off the costume and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I feel so bad. Let it go. Okay. You are human. We're here for this experience. And when we have this karma, we have to play it out. Be mindful of your thoughts. We're going to use Micah Magic now. Do not shame yourself. That's what that card means. You're not going to shame yourself. You're not going to hate other people in the process. 555, good change is coming. You're embracing the new life. Deciding between two options. You're going to make the happier choice, the choice that's going to lead you to your happier life. Gazelle Spirit is saying pause and watch a sunset and waiting for the perfect wave. So as you're deciding between two options, or whoever is deciding between two options, they know they're not going to settle. They know they're going to rest. They're going to quiet their mind. They're going to be mindful of their thoughts. They're going to watch a sunrise or sunset. They're going to connect with their soul. And they're going to say, Spirit, show me the next perfect step. What should I do? And then they're going to wait for the breadcrumb back from God and the universe to then take action. We don't just go and try to drive the car ourselves. It's a co-creation. We're working with Spirit. A message is coming through social media, text, or email. This is that wave that's coming in. The wave will come to you, and then you ride it. We have to wait for the communication to come in, the confirmation. You are king or queen, never settle. It will come at the end of the month, 1234 or 1234, however you like to read that. Things will start to shift. So you're gonna start to see your life changing, you guys. We have that 555 and the 1234. Change is coming. We have to be flexible and go with it. You have to be able to say, I love myself enough to leave, or I love myself enough to finish this project to bring me the abundance, or I'm going to start the project to bring me the abundance. And at the bottom of the deck, I just saw who is on your mind, and then we just got your higher love is coming. So we're moving into a time where people need to be with their people. People need to be with their other whole. There's two wholes, the yin yang, they come together, they're opposites, but they're the perfect balance for one another. And we need to be together as our world is changing. So your higher love is coming. And that could be the deciding between two options. Maybe they're in a state of, am I worthy of this kind of person? Maybe you're this beautiful queen or king, and they're questioning whether they can live up to your standards. And that's their ego. Their ego is projecting that they can't. There are no standards. You're just two souls that are meant to be together, and it's that simple. And when you drop your egos and allow them to fall away, you can be in harmony with each other because you're just pure presence. And you hold a peace that they're looking for. Make a plan to save money and more will come. And you will magnetize more money when you are in love with life, in love with your partner, in love with yourself. Heal yourself and you help others heal. This goes back to the forgiveness, letting go of past hurts. You're healing your soul. All those karmic debts, you're dropping them off and you're tying them up, putting a bow on it and saying, thank you for the lesson, Spirit. I'm taking the good with me. I'm no longer going to do this. You are loved. We just said to switch decks. We're going to do Tosha Silver's prayer deck. Beautiful prayers on every single one of these cards. Said to shuffle real fast, so I'm just kind of shuffling on my lap. And they're going to cut the deck. So we're going to cut it, and whatever's at the bottom in the middle, we're going to take spaciousness. What do I no longer need? Help me, God, to release whatever people, places, or things that drain my vital essence. Show me what will fill me with enthusiasm and joy. Final message. It's time to let go. It's time to create space. Your new life is here, and we have to move. We have to get on that wave and ride it. The universe will bring you the wave. So you're going to ask for it. You're going to say, universe, show me the next step. It's going to show up, and then you have to take action. We're creating space. We're letting go of people, places, and things to walk towards our new life, to become the butterfly that we are. And I just saw two butterflies. As I said that, the independence card and spaciousness. How perfect. Yay! You are butterflies, lovies. I'm sending you so much love. Hit that bell, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for supporting me, my daughter, and our channel. And it's safe to say yes. You are worthy of this new life. Never forget that.